Pre-taxi seatbelts. Flaps are up. As we cross avionics circle 1, so that.
And lean the mixture too. After you start, make sure as required, lean it out. Really on the ground, you can just do about an inch out, about 2 fingers. There you go.
Circle 1, we look at the weather. 1 Celsius, 2.17, altimeter 3011, lightning, distance west. Just caution. There is a 40-foot AGL plane, man and equipment operating just north of the lake threshold during daylight hours. Low approaches to runway 18 not recommended. Executive Airport automatic weather observation 1305 weather wind 140 at 5 visibility 10 ceiling 5000 welcome temperature 21 Celsius 2.17 altimeter 3011 lightning distance west.
I'm going to give you a clearance today. I'm going to give you an IFR clearance. So the acronym for this is CRAFT. I want you to write out CRAFT. Come down the column. Okay, so I'll read it to you slowly for this one. So C, that's going to be your clearance limit. You are cleared to Fayetteville Airport, so Foxtrot Yankee Mike. R is route. So cleared to Foxtrot Yankee Mike via radar vectors, rocket VOR. So you can just write a shorthand for vectors. I usually do RV, and then rocket VOR is RQC. Alright. A is your altitude, so climb and maintain 4,000. F is your frequency, so departure frequency is 122.8. That's Fayetteville. Okay. T is transponder, so squawk 1200. And then the last thing is going to be a remark, so hold forward release. Okay. So read that back.
We are cleared 6707 hotels cleared to Foxtrot Yankee Mike Golden Marcy. These are the rocket VOR, altitude 4,000, frequency 122.8, and squawking 1200.
Skyhawk 6707 Hotel, readback is correct. Routing is radar vectors, rocket VOR.
Radar vectors, rocket VOR.
Good. Yeah, so I'm going to start giving you one of those before we taxi out.
Okay.
And then that bottom right there, hold for release, that means you can't take off until you call them back. So we haven't been released yet, so they haven't cleared the airspace for us yet.
Okay. Makes sense. So let's put the...
So put in a couple things, right? You got an altitude. Well, you don't have to put in the altitude. You got a frequency. You got a transponder code.
We have a transponder code. Yeah, and not frequency. Very good.
And then you were good. Yes, rocket VOR frequency is also on active right there. So that's very good.
And the 109, because we're going to come back and do the ILS.
Yes. Yeah.
The ILS is, which is 109.5. Yeah, I think we're all good.
Very good. Now the other thing you could do, plug in that flight plan. It's very simple. You're going to go hit flight plan. So hit the cursor knob. You're going to put in, you can't put in radar vectors. So the first point you're going to put in is RQZ. That's the rocket VOR. Really, you don't need to do this because you have your VOR plugged in, and that's the only point on your route. But when it gets more complicated, when you start getting waypoints and fixes, you'll plug them into here.
Okay.
Go, hit enter, and now put in Fayetteville, so Kilo, Foxtrot, Yankee Mike. There you go. So now your flight plan's set up. We zoom out on here. There's the rocket VOR, and then to Fayetteville.
Okay.
Because that's our route right now.
Okay. So we'll fly direct to the rocket VOR?
No, you're getting radar vectors. So radar vectors first, and then rocket VOR at some point whenever they clear you to it.
Okay. So we're holding for release.
You can taxi the runway, you just can't take off.
Okay. Executive traffic, Skyhawk 6707, approach channel at the infrared taxi to get an Alpha to 18. That's what executive. Test our brakes. My brakes are good. Want to test your brakes?
Yeah, I got flight control. You have the flight control. My flight controls. My brakes work.
Your brakes work. I have the flight controls.
Your flight controls.
My flight controls.
And so on that taxi light as well. Just taxi. There.
And we're clear. All buildings right.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good break. Went home, hung out with some friends, hung out with family.
Clear to the left, clear to the right. Got wind, so we're going to put in our correction when we turn.
What was that?
I said, I don't think we'll be able to get 4,000 feet today.
We should. They're broken at 5 right now. Over there, we probably not, but we're going to try and stay over here.
Downhill. meant to buy a knee board this week, I swear.
Oh yeah, that'll be helpful.
That'll
Keep everything organized.
When I get home. Still trying to get used to my new work schedule.
Yeah. What days do you work?
All but Monday.
Okay.
So it's not, when am I going to work?
Yeah.
Kind of like, where am I going to work? And what do they expect me to do here?
Yeah.
Alright, so we are at run 8. We could do our run up. Pre-takeoff flaps are 0. Mixture is full. Oh, sorry. Brakes. Fuel is on both. Trim is for takeoff. Flight controls are clear. Up, down, up, down, left, right. Instruments are flat.
So just these 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go in like a backward C shape and we'll help you out.
Okay, so we're not moving. Wings are level. These two match. We are not climbing or descending, and we are facing west.
Good. Turn coordinator, ball is centered, and then this you're also checking to make sure that it matches up with your compass.
Okay.
Within, I would say 10 degrees.
10 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we? Mixtures with primer is in and locked. RPM goes to 1700. And we keep running up to 10. And when do we check the...
You don't have to do that. You can do that if you want. I would do that when you check your volts and amperage. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then now we got our hold for release. So this is where you would call Huntsville departure or clearance again.
Okay.
And you would say, Huntsville departure, Sky 6707 Hotel holding short 18 ready for departure. And then they'll give you your clearance. So, or not your clearance, your clear for release clearance. So that one will be Skyhawk 6707 Hotel. You are cleared for release upon entering controlled airspace. Turn left heading 100. Void if not off within 10 minutes.
Okay. But what's the controlled airspace is now everywhere that they're telling us to go.
So controlled airspace here is Echo at 700 feet. Right? Echo is controlled. Anything Golf is uncontrolled. So this is where VFR and IFR are a lot different in terms of airspace. Echo is controlled airspace. So once you get to 700 AGL, that's when you're going to turn to heading 100, bug 100 on your HSI. And what is 700 AGL?
700 AGL is going to be 14.
About 1400, yeah. So at 1400, you're going to turn left to 100. That was your release clearance. And then he said void if not off within 10 minutes. So if you don't get off the ground in the next 10 minutes, you got to call him back and say, we did not get off the ground. We're ready for departure.
Okay.
But that's your cleared for release.
Okay. And I have to read that back to him.
Yeah, so you read that back. So one more time. Sky 6707 Hotel, you are cleared for release. Upon entering controlled airspace, turn left heading 100, void if not off within 10 minutes.
Alright, Huntsville approach there. Skyhawk 6707 is cleared for release. We will turn left at, we'll turn left when entering controlled airspace, and void if not off the ground in 10 minutes.
Alright, cool. Good.
Alright.
Yeah, and then you would make your CTAF call.
Okay. All right, so we're bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, you're going. Yeah, really, you're going to make this call and your clearance call on the phone here. Okay. Because we do have a designated clearance frequency, but it never works. So we just call them, and then you're making.
Okay. Huntsville Executive Traffic Skyhawk 6707 Hotel, holding short at 18. We will be taking the runway departing to the south. Huntsville Executive Traffic. All right. I don't hear anybody. I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody in the pattern.
Good. And then just one kind of piggy thing about that takeoff call. Try not to mix holding short with the takeoff call, because who knows? They don't know if you're holding short, if you're taking off. Just stick to one or the other. If you're holding short, you're before the line. If you're taking off, you're moving past it.
Okay.
Approaching runway 18. Runway 18. 6,400 feet remaining.
All right, 18 verified.
18 here, 18 here, 18 here. We are 18. Heels to the floor. Pass the brakes. I'm out at 75. Which is about 5 degrees.
Alright, I got flight controls.
You have the flight control.
Alright, flight controls, go ahead and put on your goggles. Are you ready? Yeah. Alright, you got flight controls?
I have the flight control.
You're now in controlled airspace. Good, keep your climb coming. On that turn. Alright, I'm gonna just point that down a little bit. Coming right at me. Okay. So now, once you get up to an appropriate altitude, you would try Huntsville departure on frequency, and you would say, Huntsville departure, Skyhawk 6707 Hotel, 2,000, climbing 4,000. So just like you would VFR. And then Huntsville departure, we'll say Skyhawk 6707 Hotel, radar contact, 1 mile east of the Huntsville Executive Airport. Continue on heading 100. Now you're just in that radar vector portion of your route. You're just waiting for them to tell you what to do next. Okay. Alright, Skyhawk 6707 Hotel, turn right heading 170.
Right. 170.
Remember, don't fixate on the bug. Get the turn going and then worry about that.
That's like an odd position.
So we have a very large wind correction angle right now. It's about 20 degrees. So that's going to make holds pretty interesting today. Alright, Skyhawk 6707 Hotel, you can expect the VOR DME runway 2 at Fayetteville.
I would expect the VOR DME runway 2 at Fayetteville.
Alright, good. So, now that you have been told to expect that, there's a few things we gotta do, right? The very first thing we want to do is load that approach into the system, right? Okay. Now, it's a VOR approach, so what I want you to do is I just want you to switch that to the VOR for me. Yeah.
So that's
very good. Okay. Now, we don't, the next thing you can't actually load anything into there yet, because he hasn't told you direct VOR. If he told you radar vectors, you could load in the final approach course, but he didn't say that. So, we're just going to keep that as is. Good job leveling off. I'll let you do that for a second. Level off. Heat up. Power back. And then mixture. Try not to fixate on it while you're doing that. Keep your heading constant. About like that. It's dropping, so give it 1, 2, 3 twists to the right. Three full twists. Okay. Yeah. It should go back up to peak when you do that, which is what it did, so just keep an eye on that altitude, fix that altitude. Okay, good. So we got our VOR loaded in there. Next is going to be briefing this approach, so let's get started on that. Okay. Today I'm going to have you fly and brief at the same time. It's a lot, right? You gotta keep your head up, and you gotta kind of divide the attention here. That's fine. Take a breath. Okay. Let go of the yoke. Ease up on it. That's what I'm saying. Ease up on the yoke. You're going like this right now. Okay. Approach. On we're doing the VOR DME runway 2. Ease up on that yoke. If you got it trimmed out, you shouldn't have to be. No bank. Don't push that bank in, because you're gonna flip away from your heading. Okay. Okay. Before you start briefing, Skyhawk 6707 Hotel, turn direct rocket VOR. Direct rocket VOR for 6707 Hotel. Alright, so you're going to go up here, you're going to go course. We want it to take us directly to the VOR, so go ahead and turn to the right. And right now we're about 8 miles away, so that should give you plenty of time to brief this approach. Okay. And we can just kind of recenter that. So now, let's start briefing. Okay, contact, this is with the VOR DME for runway 2 at Fayetteville. This goes out of date in 2 days. Vortex is 122. That's rocket VOR. The approach course is 010. The runway length is 5,500 feet. Good. Just give me a touch to the left. Keep that diamond on the top of that needle. That way we don't start drifting away from our course.
And the missed approach is climbing to 2,000. Climbing left turn to 3,000. Via the VOR 010 to the joiner intersection and hold there. And when the altimeter setting is not received, you want to use the frontal executive altimeter.
Okay, so we got to get an altimeter setting, right? So let's do that. You got that AWAS in COM 2, I like that. So go ahead and flip that over and let's listen to it real quick.
Broken at 4,500. Temperature 20 Celsius. Dew point 19 Celsius. Altimeter 3012 inches of mercury.
Alright. Very good, keeping your course center. Just watch that altitude, a little high here. You can continue briefing.
Okay, AWAS, we got that. And we got Huntsville approach, we put that in. Current delivery, you don't have to worry about that right now. And the Unicom is 122.8, which we've got loaded in.
Yep, you're drifting a little bit on your course, so just watch that. Off the other direction to the right.
So much easier on the couch.
Oh, we're getting very close to it, so it's going to start getting more sensitive.
Okay.
So let's finish up this briefing.
Okay, what am I missing?
Your step down altitudes, right? This is a non-precision approach, so we're not going to have any vertical guidance here.
Okay.
So we got rocket VOR, we need to be at or above 4,000, which we are. We got 5.6 DME from the rocket VOR. Right here, we need to be at or above 3,000.
Okay.
At Joyer, that's 10.6 DME from the VOR. We need to be at or above 2,600. And Joyer is our final approach fix. It's got the cross, the Maltese cross.
Okay.
So after that, we're going to descend down to our minimums, right? And what were the winds at Fayetteville?
It was good one.
You didn't get them?
No.
You got to get those. Watch your course.
0 1
Look at that one correction angle.
mercury.
A little more right about there is what we want.
Fayetteville Municipal Airport. Automated weather observation 13310. Wind 170 at 5 knots.
So 170 at 5, right? So which runway are they landing on at Fayetteville right now?
They're landing on 36.
I got 2 and 20.
20, they're landing on 20.
20, exactly. So this is for runway 2, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be circling because we got to land on 20. So we're going to use the circling minimums, 1420. Okay. So we're going to send out to. Alright. Now, we're getting close to this VOR, right? So we want to switch this over. So what is our final approach course?
Final approach course is 010.
010. So that's what we plug into here. And now we're going to turn to 010 because we're going to give it actually about half a mile more.
Okay.
So right now, really, you're just using this bearing pointer right here, that little light blue one, to get to the VOR. And then whenever this gets to about between half and 1 mile, you're going to start your turn.
Okay.
You see what I'm looking at here, that little blue?
Yeah, okay. That's the one that has like a little airplane.
Yes, yeah, okay. And right about now, start your turn to 010. And Scott, 670, so I'm going to tell you you're cleared for the VOR DME runway 2.
707 Hotel is cleared for the DME. VOR DME for 2 at,
So you got to have that clearance before you can start an approach. So if you didn't start that approach, this is a very weird one. It does not have a hold at your initial approach fix.
Okay.
Usually they do. If you do not get cleared by the time you get to that initial approach fix, you hold. We just got cleared, so we can now proceed inbound. We can descend as well. The VOR is going to freak out for a second. That's okay. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay. And go wings level here. That course is coming in, so now we just want to intercept it. Actually, that worked very well. So now the pink diamond goes right on top. And now we are now beyond the record VOR, right? So what can we go down to?
We go down to 3,000 feet.
Alright, 3,000 feet. So, power goes to 1,700 for a non-precision approach. We're shooting for 90 knots here. Right about there. Pitch down a little more, get 90, and now you're just staying on your course. No major corrections. This is fine for now. The wind will help push you back towards your course there. Now your DME is right here, so we need to hold 3,000 until we get to 5.6. Because that's what our first point on there is.
Okay.
Now the last thing you want to do, when you get to 3,000, I would run a descent checklist. Okay. I would probably do that a little earlier, but right now, today is kind of, we're just practicing this, so. We're going to switch us over to Fayetteville as well.
Okay.
And you got a distance right here, which is nice. Your course is just about centered up again. We got 400 to go. Make these call outs too, it'll help you with your situational awareness.
Speed is 88 knots. You're down 700 feet.
Course is centered, so put your diamond on top. To go.
We'll level off.
Alright, so power.
Power up to 22.
21 because we want 90 knots. Good. And now we're level. Now run a descent checklist.
Okay. Descent checklist. Mixture. Full rhythm. 3,000. Fuels on both.
But don't fixate. Keep your scan going.
Both car heat is off, altimeter and instruments are good. Okay.
Now you can't go below 3,000. So if you're gonna give yourself a buffer, it needs to be high, 3,050.
Okay.
Course is looking good for now. Or maybe a little bit to the left, so try and fix that. There's 5.6, so now we continue down to the next step down.
The next step down is 2,600.
2,600, so let's get that started. 1,700 RPM. This is how step down approaches go. You got power in, power out, power in, power out.
Okay.
I want you to make call outs. So 1,000 above, 500 above, and 100 above.
Gotcha. We are 300 to 200 above.
Fayetteville traffic stock 670 for Hotel 10 mile final. VOR DME runway 2 circle runway 20 Fayetteville.
And we'll level off because I can't hold that.
So don't, this is a little high. Let it come down to, at the very least, you got to get 100 above. Try and keep yourself within that 100-foot margin. It's 2,600.
Now.
That's good. So this way you're not low, you give yourself a little buffer. Now when it comes to minimums, you're going to go all the way down to minimums.
Okay.
Alright, we're looking good. Now what's our next point?
Our next point is Joiner.
Which is how far away from
10.6.
10.6, good. So we've got a couple miles here. Now at Joyer, what are you going to do at Joyer?
At Joyer, we'll descend down to minimum.
You're going to go down to minimums. Joyer is your final approach fix. Yeah, so at the final approach fix, you're going to get it below 85. You're going to go flaps 10. And then you're going to, then you're going to start your descent down to minimums.
Okay.
Which are 1320. I'm sorry, 1420. Good job centering your course back up. One thing that might help here. I'm going to bug your course as well. So you got 010, bug 010. I'm going to take you all the way down to minimums, and then I'm going to have you take off your foggles and we're going to circle. I'll show you what a circling approach looks like, okay? That high. Alright, so get it below 85, 1700 RPM. Alright, flaps 10, take it down to minimums. Fayetteville traffic, Sky 6707 Hotel, 5 mile final. VOR, DME runway 2, circle, runway 20 Fayetteville. Good, now we're approaching at 80, so you're looking good there. So now, your call-outs, 1,000 above, 500 above, and 100 above. Okay, your minimums.
So we are... we're 1,100 above.
Good, watch that course. We're just, keep that diamond right at the top. Good, and yes, that was 1,000 above.
We're 1,000 above.
Now, is this a DA or an MDA?
An MDA.
It's an MDA, yes. It's a minimum descent altitude. So we don't have to go missed right when we get there.
Okay. It goes down, pick up some speed.
I'll throw these landing lights on too.
And we're looking for
a little slow. There you go. Yep, 80 knots. We're shooting for about 700 feet per minute on the vertical speed. And you'll keep your hand here because you're going to have to adjust power on this. Okay. So pull a little more power out if you need to. We want 80 knots, 700 feet per minute. There you go. We still got about 500-ish feet to lose, so we got to hurry. We got to get down. 700 feet per minute.
Okay,
there you go.
And we got 500 feet to go.
Fayetteville traffic, Skyhawk 6707 Hotel, 2 mile final, VOR runway 2, circle to land, runway 20 Fayetteville. Keep that vertical speed down.
Okay. Everybody's working against you. 400 feet to go.
So we gotta go missed at 15.6, so if we don't break out by then, we gotta go missed.
Okay.
Above.
All right, 100 above, so we can start to level out.
Not yet. You gotta go all the way down to minimums.
Okay. 20.
Come on, take it down. All right, go visual.
So take the throttle off?
Yep, take the throttle off.
You want to take the controls?
Not really, but I got it. I got controls. Yeah, you'll have to learn how to do that a little quicker on these. So flight controls go off, and then we circle, right? You have the runway in sight. Okay. You got flight controls.
I have the flight control.
So you're going to keep it at 1420 until you are ready to land. So we're basically right now we're breaking off. We're entering a downwind.
Okay.
Just a very, very. It's going to be a much closer downwind here.
Okay.
Fayetteville traffic, Sky 6707 Hotel, entering left downwind, runway 20 Fayetteville. And we'll probably do a touch and go for this just so you can kind of see. Alright, so with a circling approach, you got to keep yourself within 1.3 miles. Doesn't mean you need to be like right on top of the runway, but it's going to be a tight and a low pattern. We're about 600 feet below traffic pattern altitude, and as you can tell, we're very, very low out here. So, now kind of just treat it like a pattern almost. It's not going to be a perfectly split off pattern. It's going to be an arc. It's going to be a circle.
That's crosswind 18 Fayetteville traffic.
Alright, you're not going to have to pull power like you normally would. So we are beam our numbers. We're going to start just a nice kind of arc to land. Go flaps 20 for me. Good. And you can start your turn to final. Now, don't let yourself climb back into the clouds. Now we want to land, right? So start pulling power out. Alright. Don't keep that turn coming. It's going to be a nice circle. So it's weird. You're not going to have a nice squared out pattern anymore.
Okay, I can't.
Fayetteville traffic, Sky 670 is going to tell left base runway 20 Fayetteville.
Alright, I've got the runway.
Fayetteville traffic, Sky 670 is going to tell final runway 20, touch and go Fayetteville.
For traffic leader 0 is pilot to go to for 45, for left down with 20.
And now just treat it like a normal landing.
Right.
We're going to do a touch and go, and then we're going to proceed to the missed approach point. Keep that nose down, let it come down. Let this plane come down. We're just a little too high. Flaps are up. Good.
Full speed.
Yeah. Alright, so now for the missed approach, we are doing, what are we doing again for that miss?
We're going to climb to 3,000 feet.
Working again.
Final 1/8 kilometer. Climb to 2,000, and then a climbing left turn to 3,000 via the rocket VOR 10.
So 010 radial, right? So we're going to stay here. You're going to follow that radial outbound. So put your course right on top, because it's centered up. To one diamond right on top, I should say. And now we're following that. And you're good. You're climbing up to 3,000. Now,
2,000 then a climb left.
That's if you were to break off going that way. Okay. All right. Now, we're going to do the hold at Joyer, so I want you to tell me what kind of entry that's going to be.
That would be a teardrop.
It's going to be a teardrop. Perfect.
So Joyer, when we get to Joyer, that'll be 10.6.
Yes. Okay. 10.6. So what's your heading going to be for that entry?
Our heading is going to be, it's going to be 30 degrees. It's going to be 150.
160, you said?
150. 150.
Well, 160, because your outbound course is 190. Okay, 160. So let's bug that. We'll get that ready to go. Good. And you would also, in the midst of all that, you would call Huntsville approach, and you'd say Huntsville approach Sky 670 Senatel, executing a missed approach VOR runway 2, and they will either say continue, or they'll give you more vectors. Okay.
Phase over. There's a speed.
I wouldn't pull it out that far. Pull it to 2300, just a normal cruise setting. You can slow us down once we get to the hold. Get that course centered, or keep the diamond centered. Got about 2 miles to go. Good. Get it trimmed out. Hold 3,000. Altitudes are very, very strict when it comes to instruments, so really beyond, if anything, a 50-foot buffer. Right now we're about 150 feet. put that power back in and trim it out. There we go, that's what we want.
Oh, the fast leader, 7 turning left stage, runway 20 on the top.
How long do we, or how far do we have until Troy?
7.7 miles.
Nope, we got 0.6 miles, 10.6.
Okay.
So now I'm going to have you start slowing it back down. So 2100 RPM, back to 90 knots. Really, that's probably going to be actually like 2200 RPM. But... So 22. Got 0.1, and then you're going to start your turn to 160. Right about now. Good. And then, yeah, your correct function. Good. Now you would also call Huntsville approach and let them know that you're entering the hold.
5 in for a minute.
Very good. And your inbound course is already on there, 010, so we don't have to change that at all. The wind is going to be interesting today, so whenever we get on our inbound course, I want you to tell me what that wind correction angle is. Okay.
10 seconds. Calling some traffic, I'll be 119 south, 8 miles southwest, 2000.
Your hand here, just in case you need to change the power. Keep your turn coming. You want to come all the way back around. Like this, teardrop. Yep. Very good holding altitude. Very good.
Shelbyville traffic, helicopter 8 Alpha. We're about 6 miles northwest of the field. We'll be transitioning eastbound 2,500 Shelbyville.
We start shallowing at just slightly the half standard rate for this last little bit. That way that course will be centered right when we roll wings level.
Crosswind 18, so what's happening?
You can stop your timer. Good. Now look at this. Now, right when we go wings level, right with that diamond on top of the horse needle, it's centered up. That's exactly what you want.
Okay. On November 12.
So, we don't need to time this because that was our entry leg, so we don't need to time this inbound. But, note your wind correction angle, right? What is your wind correction angle right now?
It's like maybe 1. It's less than 5.
About 5 degrees, right? Okay. Keep that diamond right on top. Right on top of that arrow. So 5 degrees on our inbound, so on our outbound it's going to be 15 degrees. So, what is going to be our outbound heading?
Outbound heading.
Oh, and there's Troyer, so let's start our turn outbound.
It'll be 3 times. I don't know, I blocked up.
What's your outbound course?
Outbound course is 10.
190.
190.
For the reciprocal 010, right? 190 is your outbound course, so what's 190 minus 15?
190 minus 15 is 75.
175, good. So that's going to be your outbound heading. We'll bug it. But a little slow, give it a little more power. Put that nose down. Good. There's that wind coming from. The wind keeps switching on us. Go to 205. I think it's coming from the west now. That's what it looks like, at least. Now don't let it get fast. Full power out.
Final 1-8, so what's happening?
Oh, you forgot to start the timer too. So, we're probably going to take off about 15.7.
4.5 miles north of the field, transition to the northeast at 2,200.
Now the wind is back to from the east. Oh man, it's going to be a messed up hold, that's for sure. Whoa. Just start your turning down, I want to redo that. That was all kinds of whack. Here, I got flight controls. I'm going to reset the flight control. Alright, flight controls. Alright, so we're at 9.9. Wind correction angle is, now it's like 3 degrees. Now it's like nothing. Now it's swinging back around. You got flight controls.
I have the flight control.
So now it's nothing. Now we got no wind correction angle. Very interesting day today. So 10.6, start your outbound turn again.
Okay.
You're just going to turn to 190 because it doesn't look like we have any wind right now.
Turn to 190, then start the timer.
Yes. Well, you're gonna start the timer once this gets to 10.6 again. Because that's when you're abeam your holding point. Look at that. No, keep going, keep going. Gotta put that diamond on top. Alright, start your timer. You're established. This is the important leg. This is the one that we want to be 1 minute long. Got a pretty strong tailwind, so I think we're going to have to shorten that outbound. Or we're probably going to have to extend that outbound leg is my guess. Oh yeah. Start your turn. Stop the timer. So 42 seconds, right? Yeah. So we need to get that to a minute, so we're going to add 18 seconds to our next outbound leg. So our next outbound leg is going to be 1 minute, 18 seconds. Standard rate. Zero. Start your timer. A lot of multitasking here.
Time is gone. 118. We're about to the east, descending to 2,500, moving for the 45, runway 18, shuttle traffic. Shuttle traffic, RV0, Romeo Victor, left crosswind 18, shuttle traffic. Traffic, RV0, Romeo Victor, left downwind 18, double traffic. 7 traffic, 1 runway golf, be holding over the field, 3,000, 7. Seconds to go. Very good. We're on altitude. We pace the speed. 9 seconds to go. Traffic 0, Lima Alpha, turning left final, runway 19 to go. Civil traffic, RV0, Romeo Victor, left stage 18, civil traffic.
We went through the course a little bit. We'll correct towards it on this next one.
Hotel Alpha, turning left crosswind, runway 18, Shillerville.
Good. Now start your timer. See how that timing good for us.
Civil traffic, RV0, Romeo Victor, final 18, civil traffic. Shuttle traffic 395, 1 mile 45, runway 18, shuttle traffic.
Shuttle traffic to Hotel Alpha is turning left downwind, runway 18.
Still going to be short, I think. So we'll add to it a little more. It's not your fault. That's just how it is. It's trial and error. Okay. There's 10.6. So 15. Now we got to add 15 seconds. So about a minute and 33. Minute 33 seconds. Okay. The winds are constantly changing up here, so each lap is going to be a little different. You're doing much better today holding altitude, and speed looks good too. Now you just did it. Now you jinxed it. No. You've been doing good correcting it.
Full traffic, 2 Alpha, turning left base, runway 18, show go.
Not yet. We want to be a beam our holding fix. Okay, good point. Yes. Double good enough. I'll lift that one on my 18, double double. There we go.
Double traffic 2 Alpha is final, runway 18, show go.
Down 100 feet.
Good enough, obviously that one's for final traffic, runway 18, double traffic. So we're looking for 90 seconds, so we got 45 more seconds to go. Altitude on speed, we're not climbing, we're flat winds are level. Good. Oh, excuse me. Put that altitude back. 20 seconds to go. Seconds. Double traffic, we're at 95, left base, runway 18, double traffic. Standard rate turn. Do that. Put that altitude back. Up a little power. Very good. Start the timer. Double good enough, 5, final runway 18, double traffic. Twitter 7 is to the west. We're flying 2,300 for that 2 drop off down 118. So we'll try. Look at that, 10.6, 1 minute. Oh, wow. So a minute and a half is going to be your key for the outbound phase. Traffic, I'll be 694 Hotel Alpha, left crosswind 18, there we go. Alright, I want you to just continue this turn all the way around, basically a 360 to heading 350. 350.
Traffic Harvey 694, left downwind, 187.
And while you're turning, give me a climb up to 3,500.
3,500.
Good. All right, Skyhawk 6707 Hotel. You can expect the ILS runway 18 at Huntsville Executive.
Expect ILS 18 Huntsville Executive 6707 Hotel.
Okay, so what's the first thing you do for the when you get told to expect an approach?
We're going to load the approach.
Good.
Silver traffic, I'll be 3942 Alpha, left 20.
You're going to go procedure, yep.
Select approach.
Now you got to change the airport here because it's still on Fayetteville.
Okay.
So press the cursor. Now scroll up to Fayetteville once you're heading. And altitude. 350.
2,400. We'll use that. Keep that bus down where we want.
350.
Press the cursor.
You're not on the right page right now. You're on the map. That's why it's not working. There you go.
And now the cursor?
Yep. Get rid of that. Scroll up. Now you can change the airport. It's highlighted. You see how it's highlighting that? Okay. Don't press the cursor. Just change the...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good, 4 miles to the east, going to be going in west traffic for 184.
Now hit enter. And now this is where you can choose the approach. You were told ILS 18, so just hit enter. We didn't get told vectors, so we want to load an initial, load ERO. And now load. Perfect. Now it's in there, it's ready to go, right? What's the next thing we do when we get told to expect? We're going to boost the approach. Good. We're going to get the weather first, though. Okay. So, I'll switch that over. I'll let you grab that.
Huntsville Executive Airport automatic weather observation 141 Zulu weather wind 19er 0 at 5 visibility 104,800 scattered ceiling 10,000 overcast temperature 21 Celsius dew point 17 altimeter 3012 lightning distance left.
And Mike 1, I switched to Billy over for ADR. There you go. Okay. Okay, now we're in a briefing.
Okay, so there's that. And for the plate. Okay, so it's the ILS localizer for 18 for MDQ. This goes out of goes there for the final one. Localizer is 109.75. Approach course is 185. So, approach course. Level calculated, 7 turning left stage, 28, verify. Coast 25, the runway length is 6,500 feet, the touchdown zone elevation is 740, airport elevation is 764. And we're not a helicopter. This outlaw field, a couple things going on up here. Descend in, and we're a little bit off heading. Not major, but a little bit off heading. 350. That's why I probably would have kept your heading bug where it was, because now you don't have any sort of reference of anything you need to follow right now. Okay. Skyhawk 6707 Hotel, turn left heading 300. Left? 300. I lost you at track. Everyone calculated that. Traffic, we're 96, 3.5 mile, 45, runway 1 is this is on 1200, then climbing left turn to 4000. On the rocket vortex is 080.
Turning left crosswind, runway 18, show we go.
And minimums at 940. And we want to be at or above 3,400 feet at ELO. And our final approach fix is fallow. Our initial approach, no, final approach fix is fallow. We want to be 2,500 feet. And then our MDA, our DA is traffic out of the 45, so we're going to 45 for
What is our DA?
It's not 1360.
1360. No, that is, so we're doing the ILS, right? ILS is vertical guidance, so we have a glide slope, right?
Yeah.
So fallow is not your final approach fix. Your final approach fix is glide slope intercept, right? That light slope. Yeah. So glide slope intercept is your final approach fix. You don't care about lag P because that's localizer only, and we're going to be shooting an ILS. So you don't really care about lag P. You don't really care about the VDP right there, that big B. You really just care about your DA, which is 940 feet, okay, and 3/4 statute miles. All right, so I'm gonna have Skyhawk 6707 Hotel turn direct EROV.
Direct EROV, 67 Hotel.
So yeah, so press the cursor. It highlights EROV. Now hit the direct button. Enter. Now turn direct EROV. Switch that over to pink needle for you.
5 Golf Tango, 3 to the east. We'll enter a left downwind, runway 20, touch and go. Lafayette. Show traffic.
I'm going to switch us over back to executive's frequency for now. Skyhawk 6707 Hotel, you are cleared for the ILS 18 at executive.
Cleared for the ILS 18 executive. Hotel.
So now we don't have to do a hold, right? Because we're cleared. So once you get cleared for an approach, what you're going to do, hit procedure and hit activate approach. Now it's active, so now it's not going to do that hold for you. Okay.
We would do a hold if there was somebody in front of us landing, or if
yeah, so like let's say, there's somebody also on the approach. They're not going to clear, at an uncontrolled field, they're not going to clear multiple at the same time. So yeah, if there's somebody else we can hold. If the weather is really bad and we know that we're not going to be able to land, we can hold. They can make us hold for a bunch of different reasons, but most of the time it's traffic. Okay. Okay, so now that we're clear, there's a couple things we can do here. You can technically descend down to 3,400 because at EROV you just have to be at or above 3,400. If you are more comfortable staying at 35, then stay at 35. It's a 100-foot difference, so it's not like we need to get down. Okay. Now, whenever we get closer to Kilo, we're going to need to switch that to green needle because we can't shoot an ILS with a GPS. So I would load that 10975 up into the active, so switch those over. Good, now that's ready to go. And now, I would say whenever you're, maybe about a half a mile from Elo, switch that CDI over to green. Okay. And for now, we're looking good. Of this cloud right here. There's a NOTAM. It says it's for localizer, category Charlie and Delta, so that doesn't apply to us. Okay. Now, if we did have to do a hold, what kind of entry would it be? This would be a direct entry, yeah. Very good, we're at 90 knots. And now would be a good time to slow down if we weren't, but you're looking good. That 3 minutes or 3 miles rule, we're about 3 minutes away. Very good holding your course too, it looks perfect. Thank you. I would wait maybe another mile. Wait until it gets to about a half a mile, yeah. Good catch there. I might have you maintain 3,500, maybe just a little bit longer, just depending on these clouds. Okay. Left of course. Very good. Now you can turn it down.
That green needle.
And you are good to descend, by the way. There's no more clouds.
So we can descend down to 2,500 feet.
Yes.
Pull some power back. Overshot.
Good, and then run a descent checklist as well.
The checklist mixture is full rich. Fuels on both. RP boost.
Maybe you can keep it in. Yeah.
It is in. And gas, undercarriage, top, mixture, and all of our lights start on. Alright, descent checklist. Let's get back. A
little fast, there you go. Good job pulling that power.
Still above the glide slope. We'll hold this for a second. Lead off some speed.
There you go. I'll make your radio calls at executive, so you don't have to worry about that today.
I will turn back on course.
Now remember, this is just like a VOR, so the further out you are, the less sensitive it is.
Yeah.
So you maybe could have waited a second longer until you intercepted, but it'll slowly come back in. That was a good descent rate right there. It wasn't anything drastic. It's not really with an ILS or any approach with vertical guidance, it's not imperative that you get down to your step down like it is on that VOR. So that was a good descent rate. Glide slope is confused for now. It should come back in a minute. Huntsville Executive Traffic, Skyhawk 6707 Hotel. 10-mile final, ILS runway 18, Huntsville Tech. Hopefully the glide slope comes back in. We'll be doing another step down. We're still pretty far away. So. You happen to catch the winds at Huntsville?
19085.
Okay, that's 18 for sure.
Check 918 Bravo's taxi into runway 18 for southbound departure.
We're on the localizer, above the glide slope, below the glide slope, I'm sorry.
You always want to intercept the glide slope from below, because if you intercept it from above it, there's a chance that you might be catching a false glide slope, which you don't want to do that, or else it might be steeper than it should be. It's meant to be. So you'll always see ATC will always vector you below the glide slope and then have you intercept. Every instrument approach will also do the same. The same thing. Executive Traffic, Skyhawk 6707 Hotel, 8-mile final, ILS 18, Huntsville Tech.
We're on the localizer below the glide slope. We are on speed. Wind is level. Our vertical speed is close to 0. We are 5 miles out.
On the ILS 918 Bravo, we're going to wait for you, so we got to get our release from Huntsville.
It's going to take us a while. I think they're doing IFR, that's why they're waiting. So like he said, he's waiting for a release. Yep. Oh, I see. Yeah, they're waiting for. I see what they're doing.
All right, so we're back on glide slope. Our glide slope is coming in.
Glide slope is coming in. There you go.
And we're on the localizer.
Now, just because he's waiting on us, I'm going to have you hold off on flaps. I'm going to have you shoot this approach at 90 knots with no flaps.
Okay.
So, you're just going to follow. Now you got both lateral and vertical guidance. So you're just going to follow that glide slope diamond down.
We'll pull the power back down.
Huntsville executive traffic, Skyhawk 670 Hotel, 5 mile final, ILS 18, full stop, Huntsville dead. Out the way.
Undercarriage, prop,
Very good.
lights.
A little fast.
A little fast. We can pull some speed out, or power out.
Try 1800 RPM, see what that does. Maybe 1900. Because we're not doing any flaps.
Localizer, slope.
They're looking very good on both of them. Localizer's centered. Glide slope is still looking good. You are getting closer, so fight the urge to want to snake back and forth with it. Just very small corrections. Good job with your speed. That's coming back in.
And now we're under.
Yeah, so a little more power. Kind of just let that glide slope come back down.
Alright, we're back on glide slope, a little left of the localizer. We'll hold this for a second.
Huntsville executive traffic, Skyhawk 670 Hotel, 3 mile final, ILS 18, full stop, Huntsville check. Little fast, there you go, good job pulling that power out. Good job, you're not chasing it, it's looking good. Okay.
Little below the glide slope. Little nose up. Pull out some of that power, pull out some of that speed.
There you go, yeah, you're just kind of trading, that's good.
Bump the power in so we can.
And we are about 400 above DA right now.
Okay. We have the runway in sight.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Nope, you're going to go all the way down to DA.
Okay.
There's that glide slope. There you go. Yeah, good.
Now we're back on glide slope.
Very good.
Under the glide slope.
There you go. See how it's kind of, yeah. Very sensitive. We're 100 above DA right now, so keep it coming down. And then I'm just going to have you take off your follows whenever we get there. So just be ready to do that.
Spoiler alert.
You got it. Oh, okay. There's DA. Runway's in sight.
Runway's in sight. But to be perfectly honest, I looked outside once.
All right, so power comes idle. Now we got to slow her down. Go flaps 10, below 85. That's good. I knew you weren't. I was watching you look inside, so.
That's so exact.
Runway 18.
you.
918 Bravo Bravo, departing runway 18 after the scow clears. So exact 918 Bravo Bravo, departing runway 18 to the south.
Local Executive Traffic, Scott 6707 Hotel, clear runway 18 Delta, taxi back to the ramp, thanks for your patience.
Okay, after landing.
Alright.
Flaps up, carb heat's off, robes are off, and PW's not far with that mixture. Yeah, alright. Good.
Well, that was your first ILS, how do you feel without any of my help?
A lot better.
That looked really good.
A lot
really good.
Shout out to X-Plane.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But it's like when you were first learning and everything is starting to slow down a little bit, so things aren't jumping out. I'm like, oh my God, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, really good today. Altitude and airspeed looked solid today, much better than the previous flights. I think heading, maybe it's just a little bit of work still, but for the most part, heading looked a lot better too. Yeah, now I just want to get you doing small stuff like call-outs, 1,000 above, 500 above, 100 above, your minimums. Good job running that checklist on the approach. Yeah, that approach was solid. Honestly, that was probably check ride level. Like, you didn't deviate more than a half dot deflection. Your speed was no more than 10 knot difference that whole time. I think the biggest thing is going to be setup. Just setups for approach, learning how to use this interface with that.
Okay. Alright, and these shut down. Avionics are come off. Make sure it's gonna come out. Fast is gonna come off. Fuel is gonna be left and right. Alright, there. Lights are off.